These guys, you are being very lucky today. You're actually being very lucky because there's sun. That's a lot. And also, we usually don't do this tour. We are detouring a little bit because we have time. So this is a very special one. This is the Royal Danish Navy. To our right. Now you will see an orange house. This is a color they use for Navy barracks. We are going to see some others later. That's why I'm pointing you these orange houses now. To our left we have the Royal Danish Academy, and to our right we are going to go behind the opera. Remember I told you we have Maersk company and Carlsberg company gifting things to the city? Well, the opera was given by Maersk, and it was the most expensive opera of the world, more than $5,000 million. To our left right now. And Maersk headquarters is the building we have to our right and the other side of the city, where you see like a big tent and a lot of blue windows. That's Maersk headquarters. So the opera to our left, as you can see, is huge. Fun fact, we have like a very tall roof that goes into the canal, and there is where the Red Bull diving jumping contest happens. So they jump from this roof to the canal. And please look to the front. We have a really nice view of Amalienborg. That big couple, it's the Marmorkirchen, it's the marble church. And what we have before that, it's Amalienborg. It's the actual residence of the royalty. There are 4 houses. You can see that there are some Danish flags. 4 of them actually. This is also very uncommon. In these 4 houses, there live the actual king in one house, the mother of the king in the other house, the younger prince in the other house, and the 4th house is for royal guests. How do you know if they are in the house? It's when the flag is up. And now we have the 4 flags. This is very, very uncommon, so the whole family and the guests are there. I think Eric says they're busy. And the church, it's really huge. It's very beautiful. It's fully made of marble, and it was inspired in St. Peter's Church in Rome. But another very interesting thing that Copenhagen has is that they recycle architecture. So instead of throwing down, for instance, an old shipyard, they remodel it and they make it housing, which is what happens to our left. What we are going to see right after this small canal used to be a former shipyard, and they turn it into housing. These ones we have to our left. If you look to our right, we have some tall letter A-shaped buildings, white. That's a very new building, and that's a very actually one of the most important spots in the canal. So another interesting thing, that's new, and that's housings. That's residences. That could be really expensive since it's in such an interesting spot. Therefore, what the government does is to avoid creating places where only the rich could live. 50% of those are destined to social housing. That way, they create a mixture in society to keep up this philosophy of making the difference between the rich and the poor the smallest possible. And to our front we have a very beautiful tower. It's we call it the Christiania Tower, but it's actually a church that was built 300 years ago when this neighborhood was built.
426 steps.
426 steps, thank you. And the internal ones are on the roof, and the upper part is without roof. They are very small steps. It's quite scary to go up. Yeah. Sorry, this neighborhood is actually 400 years old. It was built by one of the many Christians. So funny thing is that every king of Denmark is either called Christian or Frederick. So Christian Frederick, Christian Frederick, Christian Frederick. This one was built by Christian V. Easy to remember, hard to remember for us tourist guides. I never know which one it was Christian the fourth, the fifth, the third. Yeah, but something that we know is that Christian the fourth built a lot. He was famous for that. He actually made the country grow a lot, but he exhausted all the savings from the country. So he made it grow a lot, but he made Denmark poor.
Cái này hôm qua cũng đi qua đây rồi.
This green roofing that you see, and you will see it in many cities of Europe, like for instance Germany has it a lot as well. This is copper rusty copper. That's the color of copper when it is rusty. Oxidized, thank you. To our left, you can see again the old palace, the brown one. You can see there are 3 crowns at the top of it. This is a representation of the. Let me look the name. I forgot the name, but there was an alliance between Denmark, Sweden, and Norway in the early 1300s when they were all part of the same kingdom. But it was actually 3 kingdoms joined as one. That's why you can see the 3 crowns under the control of the Danish crown. And it was called the Kalmar Union. Sorry, Kalmar Union was, and it's represented by those 3 crowns. They united to defend from menaces from Europe. So it was basically Scandinavia versus Europe by that time. It worked for a lot. But as you know, Norway and Sweden are nowadays independent, so they have been historically allies and enemies at the same time. Independence. Almost same as Argentina, if you care. When did United States and Canada get their independence? Or good question. Okay.
Chín giờ 10 này, sắp sửa 1 tiếng rồi đó. Nãy mình đi 8 giờ 12.
Anh cũng đâu có ngủ nhiều đâu.
Trước anh về nhiều.
Quá rồi.
Danes are very fanatic about their flag, and they have they say it's one of the oldest of Europe, and they have a story that goes that they were actually losing a war against Sweden in the 1200s, and then the flag appeared in the sky and it came falling down, giving strength to the warriors, and they were able to conquer Sweden with this. This is a myth, of course, but it's there, and you can see this fanatism by watching the flags all around the city. And then they have it in birthday cakes, or when you arrive to the country, or when you leave the country, or on any other kind of cake that is not from your birthday. So you can see the flag everywhere. Third time to your right, Newhound.
It's like deja vu.
We are also making a tiny extra detour. We want to show you another palace. It's called Rosenborg, which means the Palace of the Rose, that we are going to see in 2 minutes. And it used to be the former summer house of the royalty, and it's nowadays a museum and a park. In this museum they hold all the royal jewelry and the furniture from every king. So you can go to the museum and see how each of the rooms of each king was decorated. Early, remember Danes drink a lot. And there's also the Euro Cup going on, so I'm sure a lot of people stayed late because of that. But this is usually really busy. Also a highly touristic area. The Danish krona is quite powerful, therefore Denmark is expensive. And for instance, a cappuccino here in this street is roughly 8 euros.
Wow. Quá spicy.
Euro nha.
Gấp rưỡi của US.
Nhưng mà không có euro Mỹ là bằng nhau.
Tương đương 1 đồng 0,9 US bằng 1 euro.
Hồi xưa đồng 2, đồng 3.
Đồng 3.
The park of this castle that I was telling you, pay attention, because when the trees are not there we will be able to see the castle. But it's nowadays a park. We can come here and have a picnic, and then you can see the castle and the museum.
Đây là thấy the castle museum.
We can see the top of the castle there. Unfortunately, to see it from the front we have to get into the park. But we will see the back of it, which is also very beautiful. Oh, look at your right now. This is the Rosenborg Castle.
Lính nè.
Rosenborg Castle.
and the rest of the building is barracks, so it's a military area as well. Today is not busy at all. Someone is here asking me if they have to back them up. Actually, yes. Denmark is very safe, but the only thing that people steal is bikes. They steal them. Some people forget them when they are drunk. You can find really cool bikes in the floor, laying there. They forget them and they throw them into the canals. So yeah, the bicycles are the only thing that thieves trade with. And to our front and our left, we have Look to the right now, you can see a little bit of the garden and the castle. And to our front and our left, the other part of the Royal Museum. We are now going to make a little stop in a very beautiful fountain, and we will have some time to stretch our legs. And then if you are up for it, we can walk to the Little Mermaid. That should take about 10 minutes, or we can also go by bus. We can check it when we're down. From the American continent that we are used to big monuments. The same happens for us in Argentina. We have big monuments, and then you get to the Little Mermaid, which is the most important monument of the country, and it's really little. You have been warned. Guys, we are going to get down here. We are going to see the Little Mermaid.
Và đi xong ghé chỗ này rồi.